ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Om. Adorations to Surya Narayan. Isn't he so bright and beautiful this morning? Coming from so far, 93 million miles away, and to warm us and give us light and invigorate us, give energy and enthusiasm to us. He is our true friend, isn't it? And well, let's sing some nice, and this nice song I like. Swami Parameshananda would have sang it when he was in Bajitpur, and have his singers come and he'll do his meditation, and that's when he got his God realization. Dinam Pirajani Sayam Prata Shishira Basanto Punarayata Kala Krirati Gachastayo Starapina Muncha Tyashavayo Bhaj Govindam Bhaj Govindam Bhaj Govindam Muramate Prapti Sanne Hite Morane Nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karne Agre vani prishti bhanu Ratrau chibku samarpite janu Karatala viksha karatal vasa Starapina muncha tashavasha Bhaja govindam bhaja govindam Bhaja govindam muramate. Oh, Om Angam Galitam Palitam Amundam Dasana Vihina Jata Tundam Vridho Jati Grihitva Dandam Starapina Mujja Asha Pindam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Muramate Prapti Sanne Hite Morane Nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karne. Om punarapi jananam punarapi maranam punarapi janane jatare shayanam iha sansare khalo dushtare kripaya pari pahi murare. Bhaja govindam bhaja govindam bhaja govindam muramate Prapti sanne hite marane Nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane. Om. It's a very powerful song. Bhajan, bhaja govindam, bhaja govinda. The word bhaja meaning total surrender. Not to be distracted, not to have anything on your mind. Because why? He is the one that can liberate us. He's given us the Bhagavad Gita. Om Krishna Murari Sudarshandari Krishna Murari Sudarshandari Murli bajao ne timi kahacho Murali bajao ne timi kahan cho Krishna Murari Sudarshandari Murali bajao ne timi kahan cho Madhyao ratma matrale tori Madhyao ratma matrale tori Vasudev ko nandana tori Barsa ko bori charan le mori जमुना जताउने तिमी कहाँ छौ जमुना जताउने तिमी कहाँ छौ कृष्ण मुरारी सुदर्शनधारी मुरली बजाउने तिमी कहाँ छौ भक्त सुधाम धरिए आए एक मुठी चावल सात मलाई काछै प्रभुले खाछौ को प्रेम सिकाउने तिमी कहाँ छौ प्रेम सिकाउने तिमी कहाँ छौ कृष्ण मुरारी सुदर्शनधारी मुरली बजाउने तिमी कहाँ छौ मुरली बजाउने तिमी कहाँ छौ महाभारतमा शास्त्र सुनाए संसारको आज्ञान मित लगाए सारथी भे प्रभु रटलै माखी गीत सुनाउने तिमी कहाँ छौ गीत सुनाउने तिमी कहाँ छौ वाह Krishna, you are the God without name and form in the beginning. So is Swami Parameshananda ji, and so is Vishnu Bhagwan, and so is Mother Durga, and so is the Christ, and so is the Buddha. But you take form, and you want to teach us how we can get back there. Let us pay adoration to Guru in the form of earth, water, fire, air, and space. These are the 5 elements. And let us do Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa Om Bolo Sisi Maharaj ki jai. You know, the question always comes up. Well, people will say, Swamiji, I'm not a religious person, but I'm a good person. And yes, that is so. Because Swami Parameshananda would have said, what is religion? Self-sacrifice, self-discipline, adherence to truth, and countenance. So if you're a person who help people, then you're religious. But you know, we have to also be in relationship with God. I was saying this bhajan with Krishna Bhagwan, Lord Krishna. He taught us so much lesson. And as a baby, he was able to unshackle the lock from the prison gate and put the guards to sleep, and then crossing the river, his little baby toes touched the water, the Jamuna river, and it parted. So that goes to show his Leela was from beginning, but he wanted to say, okay, I'm just like you. I take birth, I'm going to grow up, I'm going to go through the sequence of life, brahmacharya and everything, and then he would have continued. Same thing with Swami Parameshananda. They have to teach a lesson because we have to relate to them as human beings. This is the greatness about gods and goddesses. They teach us a lesson. So coming back to, okay, I'm a good person, but I'm not religious. Well, there's this thing that is called SBNR, spiritual but not religious. Well, a lot of the young people these days, they don't go into the religious side of things, but they go directly to spiritual side, meaning that they listen to this, the YouTube, and they listen to the Google, and they find religious preachers, and they are satisfied with that, and that is so important. But they have to be a little foundation, especially in the time of the formative years. I was telling you about mothers They have the capability of teaching their little ones while they're in the womb at the time of conception. We saw that in Prahalad, that Narad Muni was teaching Prahalad when he was in his mother's womb, Kayadu. And when he came out, his father couldn't convince him or sway him to be otherwise. He will call the name of Hari, Vishnu, Bhagwan all the time. So this coming out of this formative years is the religious life. That's the foundation. Because if we don't have knowledge, because the 4 parts of yoga is seva, knowledge, devotion, and meditation. When these 4 things are combined, then we can say, well, we have the right foundation. But if we don't do them, and we only do seva, well, that's going to help. And if we do it with devotion, that is going to help also. But that knowledge needs to come. Well, what did Krishna Bhagwan said? What did Swami Parameshananda ji did? What our scripture says. And then when you get it and you internalize the scriptures, then you have the right foundation for liberation. Because it's all about liberation. But if you don't know that's the goal of your life, then you'll be doing this and doing that. And that is not the right thing. It won't take you there. You have to know your goal in life. That is so simple. And what Swami Parameshananda ji would have said, what is the goal of life? Self-realization and universal emancipation. You have to be on the steady path. Continue doing the good, whether you're a businessman or you're a housewife or whatever your profession in life. Continue to doing good. But at least find out what's your goal of life and try to find out how you can get there in collaboration of being good. So this morning, it's a very good message I want to send to you, that yes, we must know our goal in life. It is not just good to be good. And I know some people are very good. Oh my, they're so good. But let's add this one more ingredient to it. Let us collaborate it with meditation. Yes, work can do meditation. Mother cooking the food and in the kitchen and chanting mantras, so the food becomes prasadam when it's being offered to the Lord and then offered to his family. This is meditation, but more than that, we have to sit down sometime and just see what's in our mind. You'll find out how there are conflicting thoughts in us. The good and the bad exist. We want to wipe out the bad thoughts and leave the good thoughts, the godly thoughts. And this way will take us further. So this morning, with such a bright, beautiful morning, aren't you feeling good? That we want to develop that inner strength. What is real assets? Meaning what we own. Self-confidence, self-respect, self-confidence, self-respect. These are things that we have to have. Self-reliance. We don't need to go outside. When you have to go outside for socializing and this is how you want to live your life, then that's a weakness, because the holy ones teach us that, they go into the caves and they live there, the caves of the mind, and there they live and there will become realized souls. Well, we don't have to go into the cave. Swami Parameshananda ji would have said, the cave is the cave of the mind. In the middle of the street, you can go in meditation. You can be in a relationship with God. So this morning, take this message that I'm giving to you. It's coming straight from the Guru. I'm just a medium of exchange, and I'm also the beneficiary. He has made me an instrument in his life, plucked me out of this mundane life, and now he's having me do all kinds of seva, his duties. So this morning, I give you the blessings. Om Guru Mata Pita Guru Bandhu Sakha Tere Charanon Mein Guru Mera Koti Pranam Tumi Jnana Data Tumi Shakti Data Tumi Shanti Data Tumi Mukti Data Tere Charanon Mein Guru Mera Koti Pranam Tere Charanon Mein Guru Mera Koti Pranam. Oh, your father, your mother, your friend, I continuously bow to you in reverence, knowing that you would be the guide on this pilgrimage of life towards the destination, moksha, liberation. I wanted to do it. Give me that gyan, that divine knowledge. Give me the power, the shakti, the divine power, and give me the liberation. Oh, you are Tumi Vidata, Tumi Parampita, Tumi Raj Dhiraj, Guru Maharaj, Tumi Raj Dhiraj, Guru Maharaj. Whoever you call Guru, that we paying, oh, you're God, you're King of Gurus. So Swami Parameshananda ji, you are the King of Guru, and you come out of your murti and you guide. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Have a beautiful day, devotees, and continue your path to liberation. Remember, it's not just enough to be good, but we have to be spiritual. Let us all follow this kind of teaching. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om.